Video. Today we're talking about Terra Luna 2.0, and it's arrived. It's here. It's coming out. You can see here. This is a tweet from today. Terra Governance Proposal 1623 to rename the existing network Terra Classic Luna C and rebirth a new Terra blockchain Luna has officially passed. This means Luna 2.0 will launch in the next 2 days on May 27th, 2022. So here's the image that it goes involved. 65.5% did say yes to this. 29.8% abstained. 0.33 said no, and then 13.20 said no with a veto. So new Terra blockchain Luna 2.0 has officially passed. Now, we talked about this in the previous video, how we're expecting it to pass, and we were assuming it was going to pass. But now it is officially passed, and a lot of people are going crazy today. Luna 2.0 on Google Trends and like Google searches at an all-time high. So many people are just interested in hear what is going on with this. So I wanted to just make this video to just give my opinions on a few things and just kind of break down a few things as well. Again, all I ask, just please drop a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. But let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. This is a tweet, or actually a post on the Terra website, agora.terra.money, and this is asking about when this snapshot is going to be. So going by block times, the post snapshot block 7,790 or 7,790,000 could happen as soon as Thursday, May 26th, which is tomorrow from the time of this video recording. 1620 UTC. The supply of Genesis is considerably lower than anybody's anticipating, closer to 116.7 million, rising to 182 million after 1 year. The key sentence you need to factor in for supply circulation is the following, and we did allude to this in the previous video. The pre-attack Luna holders distribution for all holders with a snapshot balance of 10k Luna or less, 30% unlocked at Genesis, 70% invested over 2 years. Thereafter, with a 6-month cliff, this is to ensure that small Luna holders have similar initial liquidity profiles. This would cover 99.81% of Luna wallets, while only representing 6.45% of total Luna pre-attack snapshot. And then this article here by Watcher News: proposal to rebirth Terra passes at 65% vote yes. This officially means that the Luna 2.0 will launch in the next 2 days on May 27th. Notably, the proposal to rename and create a new blockchain received over 200 million yes votes. 1 million of them voted against the said proposal, while 64 abstained from voting for the same. This said fork would now let applications that were hosted on the old Terra blockchain migrate to the new one instead of having to rework their projects. Terra will launch new blockchain named Luna 2.0. Stalwarts from the States have already extended their helping hand to aid the revival of the project. In one of the most recent announcements, the world's largest exchange by volume, Binance, proclaimed that they are working in conjunction with Terra on a recovery plan. They further intend to provide impacted users on Binance with the best possible treatment. The recovery plan as a whole, millions of Luna tokens will be distributed to supporters. The value of the same is expected to rise once people end up adopting the new blockchain. Essentially, the vote was open to Luna hodlers, and one token was equal to one vote. The vote about whether or not to fork the blockchain initially proposed by Kwan on May 18th. Per the same, Luna would be the only currency to use by applications and projects based on the new blockchain. Also, per the proposal, the old blockchain, Terra Classic, would still exist and host UST. However, the applications that were built on it and the organizations validating the contracts would positively have to move to the new blockchain. So the Terra Snapshot, which I think a lot of people are interested in and concerned with, whether or not, we're depending on where they're holding their Luna or when they bought their Luna, if they are going to be a part of the snapshot. So you can see here, a snapshot of Terra blockchain is expected to take place later this week ahead of the launch of Terra 2.0, a so-called revival of the Terra ecosystem following the implosion of the Terra UST earlier this month. So the revival plan is now moving forward after the conclusion of a Wednesday vote among network validators with the 65% approval rate. Investors who held over 10,000 Luna before UST's implosion will receive the new tokens periodically to prevent immediately selling. Over 30% of their tokens would be unlocked initially, and the remaining 70% would be released and released over 2 years. New tokens will be distributed after 6 months to such holders. Wallets with more than 1 million Luna or UST prior to UST's depegging would have to wait more than a year before receiving any tokens, with a 4-year vesting period after that, according to the revival plan, which again, I think it sounds pretty harsh, in my opinion, if you were holding that much Luna. I mean, obviously, if you're holding that much Luna before the depegging, before the drop in price, you had quite a bit of, money, but for you to not be able to just, sell or, have any US dollar equivalent to it for, up at least a year, I think that's pretty rough. So a snapshot, meaning recording a state of blockchain at a specific point in time, will allow Terra to send the newly issued Luna tokens to holders of the old Luna. This would in theory allow old holders to regain some of their lost investment value while incentivizing usage of the new blockchain. The snapshot for Terra 2.0 is expected on May 26th. Like I talked about earlier, going by block times, could happen by May 26th, 1620 UTC. Terra developer said in a post, the supply at Genesis is considerably lower than anyone is anticipating, which I alluded to earlier as well. But you can see here the revival plan was passed, right? 92% of the 6,220 voters on a previously held online poll voted against the change, with most of the popular responses calling for no fork. Now, this is extremely difficult, right? It's a crazy time because, usually when you think about like airdrops and things like that, Luna price going crazy today. I think a lot of people trying to start holding Luna to be a part of it, but I just think for people to be so confused and there hasn't seemed to be too much transparency as well from the Terra Luna team about who and when and how people are getting these specific airdrops and where you need to be holding your Luna to get the airdrop. I think it's difficult for people, and I think people that are novices or just new to crypto that are holding Luna, it's really tough to see what's gonna happen. But I think Luna here sitting at 0.00019 to up 23% of the day, definitely pumping. Luna 2.0 coming out Thursday. A lot of things to happen in the next 48 hours, and you can see this message here. Whole world is buying, and that's definitely true. I would say the whole world is buying right now. You can see the trading volume at 880 million. Tons and tons of people here buying into Luna. So gonna be interesting to see what happens. It's important to, if you are holding Luna, to make sure you know where you're holding it and do your research on whether or not it's going to apply to the airdrop. There is so much information out there that is right and wrong. So again, it's important to really do your own research and understand what is happening here. Again, if you're holding Luna, you're definitely a part of this saga, and it's important to, if you are holding Luna, to stay informed and stay educated on what is happening with Luna 2.0 in this entire process that is coming in the next couple of days. So let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about all this. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like on this video, and as always, have a great day.